how's it going everyone, and welcome to Monster Taming Newsletter, the sort of new segment on this channel where we basically take a bunch of Kickstarter updates, dev blogs, newsletters of course, and various updates from developers and sort of go over them each in length in one singular video. Generally, you'll see I'll do a video called Kindred Fates Newsletter, or Laxiday's Newsletter, or Mithrin Newsletter, but this is a more generalized format that allows me to cover more than just one update. For example, we have the Monster Sanctuary update, which is quite short. I wouldn't necessarily make a singular video for this. The Kindred Fates community newsletter this week is really short, otherwise I would not make a video about this. But since we have a relegend update, Monster Sanctuary update, the Monster Crown update, and the Kindred Fates update, I'm gonna of course mention all of these in Monster Tamer news, but it would be in a more compressed format. This is where we can get all the information in one place. There will be timestamps for each of the games in which we talk about, and we're going to start off with Relegend. So as per the usual, we will be going through the entire update, and I'll give you guys my sort of thoughts on it. So anyway, if you're someone who doesn't like reading, I got you covered. So this is the March 25th update for Relegend. Hello peeps, welcome back to our monthly Kickstarter update for March 2021. First up, we hope that you've been enjoying the localization beta that we have released last month, and we would like to thank everyone in the community who has come forth with suggestions for better translations in their native language. You guys are awesome. Today we will share some of the things we've been working on for the past few weeks and upcoming content of the game. And here you see an image of a little thick Magnus. To start things off, we would like to show some of the challenges that you might face during the frigid Tundra biome. As you explore the tundra, you will come across some challenging boss fights as you solve the quest on the island. We'll be showcasing the boss fight without spoiling the story, so don't worry about spoilers. The Goblem, or Goblem, excels at physical close range attacks with a mighty laser beam, so make sure to stay alert and don't get hit. Here's a little gif of him firing his laser. It's a nice VFX. Next up, you will come across the dark and sinister boss, the Harprine? While you're going through the frigid tundra. She is a new Magnus variant that you are going to face in a new biome, so we'll leave the exploration to you. She is specialized in wide mid-range attacks, so get ready to dodge its skills to defeat it. Another thing to note is that she deals physical and magical damage, so be sure to get both of your defenses up or you will be shredded. Here you get to see some of her animations there. It's almost using one of those rotations from Naruto. While we're on the topic of Tundra content, here's a little sneak peek of the most crucial part of the biome itself. Okay, so this seems to be some sort of throne room. It looks like we got some kind of king on the top left side there. What happened here, and is that the Guardian? Who is this guy? What happened to both of them? You'll find out more as you play through the main quest of the Tundra biome. Moving on to the next topic, we have observed that the difficulty of bosses you encounter in Relegend have been quite mixed. Some are a little difficult, while others, and some are too easy compared to the challenges they should have posed at any given level. To counter this issue, we have taken time to rebalance all of the bosses and mini-bosses that you will encounter throughout the story, from the Pruneperer in Coastal to the Agriz in Desert. Even those little mobs that you'll be encountering throughout the quest are rebalanced, so they should feel more in line with the expected strength of the player as they level and are expected to encounter them. We hope that the game will be more enjoyable as we tweak them to smoothen the gameplay. Lastly, we would like to talk about multiplayer improvements on the beta branch and release date. We have done a lot of internal testing and working on squashing as many bugs as possible, and also are working on improving the multiplayer performance. We've updated the beta branch on Steam with our new multiplayer improvements, and the stability of multiplayer within the game within the same country seems to be stable. However, there were mixed reports from testers around the globe when it comes to cross-country connection. These are cases where players are able to play smoothly without disconnections for the whole day, while some experience disconnections several times per hour. We know that our estimated release date was within Q1, but due to this reason, we feel that multiplayer can still be improved upon, and we're not satisfied with the current stability of the game across long distance. We cannot call it a 1.0, while some players are still not able to enjoy the game properly when they are far apart. We understand that due to the pandemic, many people are separated, so we want to make sure that the experience that we deliver will be satisfying instead of frustrating. We're sincerely sorry about moving the 1.0 date, and please be patient with us while we work towards delivering a smoother experience of the game. Do join our Discord. We'll continue to update our mini progress in the channel and interact with the community. We'd also like to urge more of you to try out the multiplayer in the beta branch to inform us about your experience within the game. It would help us greatly if you could receive, if we could receive a set of useful feedback regarding the stability of different regions around the globe. That's it for this month's Kickstarter update. We would like to thank everyone for your continued support, bug reports, and translation suggestions from the community. If you have more feedback, blah, 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 you can reach out to us. Okay, so we don't actually have an official date then. It's just not Q1. So I'm assuming this means Q2, but we don't have anything official going on regarding this. So I'm not sure if that means it's coming out in April or May or whatever. We don't really have a set date on that just yet. So unfortunately, for those of you, I know a lot of people have been really excited for the game to come on Switch. It does look like it is going to be delayed further. When it does eventually come out, I'll definitely make sure to cover it for you guys. I'm really hoping it doesn't come out in May because everything's coming out in May and my kid's being born in May, and May is going to be a really stressful month. But hopefully it doesn't come out in May. You can come out in April, guys. It's okay. Anyway, let's move over to Monster Sanctuary, because Monster Sanctuary's update has also been delayed to April. So we'll talk about it quickly here. Update on the state of 1.1, Monster Journals sent out. Hello all keepers, here's a small update on the state of things. State of 1.1. First and foremost, the 1.1 update is further delayed until April, and we're very sorry for that. While we're done with the content of the update, and we have been for quite some time, we have heavily underestimated how long the process of getting the changes ported to consoles, having QA properly tested on everything on all platforms, having the update pass, the submission process of Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft takes. This is mostly based on lack of experience, as this is our first game. Right now we have an unconfirmed target date of April 9th if there are no issues with the submission process. Hopefully we do get it April 9th, that'll be nice. As for the content of the 1.1 update, we covered it in our last update post, so I'm not gonna go into that because we've also covered it in length. What we have been up to ourselves meanwhile, partly we're already working on further updates we'll be releasing in the future to Monster Sanctuary. Also, we started prototyping our next project, which will be a monster taming game again, but with slightly different direction this time. No Monster Sanctuary 2 for now, but we would not exclude the possibility in the future. A full-fledged DLC for Monster Sanctuary is also possible. I would love to see that. It'd be a really cool DLC for Monster Sanctuary would be something where you get to go back in time and experience like the war between the old world, like the old world war, or if there's one that lets you go to the old world. A hardcover monster journal. We've received hardcover monster journals and sent them out by now due to the pandemic. The shipping outside of Europe will take some time. We do have tracking IDs for monster journals, so if yours didn't arrive yet, feel free to provide. We'll PM you. And also, they printed 150 extra, basically, and there's going to be a shop where you can buy them, but we don't have that just yet. So something to keep in mind. Other than that, yeah, so April 9th is the target date for that, but that's not 100% confirmed. So yeah, keep your eyes on Morai on Twitter just to see when these journals are coming out, and then we'll see you guys on the 9th, definitely, to explore the new update. Now we got Monster Crown. Monster Crown's Content Pack 7 is finally out. And I mean, I say not really finally. Jason's been teasing it, but I mean, let's be real. There's been an update every month. Jason's been going nuts. But yeah, so Content Pack 7 is here. The other half of the monsters of the Frostbite versus Fairriser competition are now in total, and in total the following monsters can transform. So from Frostbite, which have already been in the game, Hanny, Domagon, Aphil, and he wrote Frostbite here. I can't remember what the other monster was, but it's not Frostbite. On Fairriser, we have Ambigu has a transformation now. That's another one of the starters. Chuck, Igron, Ix, and Matus. As well, of course, as the next chapter in the Monster Crown story. If you're all caught up in the current story, you're looking for 3 legendary beasts, and the second is now here. The first was Neo Kyo, and the first was available in Neo Kyo as the last content pack. I believe that was the dragon. Start your search in Frobe, or unless I'm thinking of someone else. Okay, the first was available in Neo Kyo. Did I catch that one? I can't remember. Now I'm a little confused. Start your search in Frobeck and try not to get And, okay, I know where we have to go then. There's an area where you have to get escorted, so I'm assuming that's where it opens up. The content pack is particularly nostalgic for me, as you'll be returning to an area familiar to fans following us since the early days. The Fraubeck Mountains were featured in the very early alpha demo. I hope you guys remember those days and feel just as surreal returning to those stomping grounds. The next month's content pack will expand to the third power, tucked away deep in a Penton. Other notes, this update also brings brilliant monsters now bless the team with temporary boosted growth rate by 10% when leveling up in battle or using scouting. Ton of new attack animations. You'll be prompted to confirm when you decide to save, much like a much requested change. Plenty of polishing and bug fixing. Oh, this is a go down. Manga, however which way you like to pronounce it. A while back, Ahab's artwork approached me about the idea of a fan manga for Monster Crown. I was flattered by the idea. I've poured a lot of work into building Monster Crown's world and lore, and who wouldn't want to have an opportunity to see their world exposed in manga format? I decided to commission Ahab's artwork to produce an official pilot manga for Monster Crown. This 6-page manga pilot follows a courier and his monster companions during a day on the job in the dangerous Desperado province. You can grab it here. The manga is currently pay what you want, and you can decide on 0 and grab it for free if you wish. Right now we're using the reception of this manga to gauge the viability of producing more in normal length. Man, I really want to see this happen in the future. Following a tamer on their monster companions on a full-length journey. While my focus will remain entirely on the core development of the game for the foreseeable future, I definitely love to be involved in establishing the storyline and ensuring the world aligns with the vision of Monster Crown world during pre-production. So that's really cool. Jason did send me the link to the manga. So yeah, I have read the manga. It's pretty cool. I would show it off here, but Jason, I believe, is sleeping right now as of the time I'm recording this. I did send him a message to see if it's okay for me to showcase this in video format, because you do have to go on a website to get it, so I don't want to kind of step on any toes by showcasing it here if that's not something he wants. But I believe he's sleeping. So what I'm going to do is next opportunity I get to showcase it, I will. But definitely check it out. It's very interesting. Now we're going to move over to the community newsletter for March 26th, and this is for Kindred Fates. Now, once again, before we dive into this, just make sure to let me know if you guys like this sort of format. I think this is a pretty ideal situation where you have multiple newsletters instead of doing, 4 separate videos, 2 of which would have been, not very long, so I probably wouldn't even have made them. Like, for example, this newsletter is very short. I would have probably this wouldn't take me more than a few minutes to go through. So I do think this would have been a situation where I couldn't come out with the newsletter video, because I'm not going to give you guys a 2-minute video of me quickly reading something. But in this scenario where we have all these different things to cover, I think it does work out. And it acts as this is like the casual counterpart to Monster Tamer News. So Monster Tamer News is my, heavily scripted, heavily edited, takes a long time to put together type video. And this is the more casual, unscripted, listen to gym leader Ed stutter, more fun kind of video in that regard. So I think both have its merits. I know some of you guys like my more casual videos. Some of you guys like my more scripted videos. So you got a major one for each, and it kind of gives you something nice on the weekend. I think this is a good idea, but let me know in the comments anyway. So for Kindred Fates progress, we recently upgraded to the most recent version of Unity. This will be awesome in the long run because it dramatically reduces the time it takes our developers to create new builds. It also allows us to update a more powerful version of netcode, update our UI, and create new UI more easily. However, it has taken a lot of work to upgrade properly in the short term, so we haven't been able to release a new patch for the combat alpha as soon as we'd prefer. That said, we've been doing a ton of work behind the scenes. We fixed an issue with Dig and Quicksand interfering with each other, as well as the damage numbers displaying on the client, but the health bar is not updating. We also resolved some sound effect issues. Our next patch is expected to be sometime next week. There should be lots to enjoy. So I'm curious what that means. There should be lots to enjoy. Does that mean there's some more content coming, or they wouldn't say there should be lots to enjoy unless there is some sort of content coming, whether it be abilities. I mean, a new kinfolk would be nice, but I definitely take your time with that, guys. Anyway, there's been a renewed focus on these past few weeks. We've made solid progress on UI, new music, set piece models, and animation. We started applying UI from our new UI designer for the single player campaign. The first UI we're implementing is for mission systems that we've been building out. The animators are working hard on animations for kinfolk that are exclusive to the single player side of the campaign for now. Auburn got a remodel to improve the appearance of their animations too. Otherwise, it's been a pretty quiet sprint focused on these big upgrades, so there isn't as much news as usual. Thanks for checking in all the same. We'll see you guys next time with likely more to share on April 9th. So like I said, a very short newsletter. Pretty much they've been working on nitty-gritty, not so flashy stuff, but stuff that's important for the long run. With all that being said, guys, again, let me know if you enjoy this format. I know I've asked multiple times, but I really do appreciate your guys' feedback on things. That's why I've been doing these polls more often, asking specifically what videos you want me to cover in, under specific guidelines, like, which Cerealum video do you want me to do, which Nexomon topic do you want me to talk about, Coromon, etc. I do it because I think these are actual meaningful polls, and I think it allows me to sort of align my content with what most people want. A lot of those video topics, all of them are eventually going to be put out into their own videos, but it's nice to sort of give you guys power over what's sort of coming to the channel. Anyways, all that being said, I do hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more monster taming content. Follow me on Twitter at GymLeaderEd. Check out our subscriber Discord, all links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.